Hi friends, Charisse here, paranormal investigator, tarot reader, and psychic empath, to share with you story time with evidence and videos and footage of my time at Indiana State Sanatorium. So grab yourself a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into it. So before I get into the evidence, let me just share a tiny bit about Indiana State Sanatorium and my time there. So I got invited by ACG Paranormal. I'll include all their information in the description box. Please go give them a follow. They're amazing investigators. Nat, who runs the group, she's amazing. And I'm so thankful that I got to investigate here with them. And we're actually going back in November because this place is the most epic location that either of us have ever investigated. It was just non-stop disembodied voices, visual things, personal sensations and feelings that we had. I mean, but honestly, it really was the disembodied voices and the EVPs that I think really kind of was like, whoa. I mean, it was just one right after another. Indiana State Sanatorium is not a new location per se. It's been around for many years, but it's also been abandoned for a long time as well. However, it is a new location open to investigating. I believe when we went, we were maybe the fourth or fifth group to officially investigate there. So that is pretty amazing. As a paranormal investigator, there's not a ton of places, especially really large places like this, that have been essentially untouched. A lot of the places that we go to, you know, they've been investigated by countless people. So we were really getting to be some of the first to get to experience this location and connect with the spirits. And a few things that happened that I didn't really get on camera or that would just be kind of boring to watch are, like I said, the disembodied voices, which I do have footage of that, many of them. But we had walkie-talkie disturbances all throughout the night. Just walkies would go off for no reason, all on their own, literally all night long, off and on all night long. Our videos would just shut off. This happened on multiple devices. Our cameras would just shut off. Our videos would just stop recording. I was recording a lot on my phone. It would just stop and then just go back to the main screen. So a lot of kind of electrical disturbances. There was the frog man. Maybe he's related to the Loveland frog. I don't know. In the nursing home, a couple of the members of ACG on different occasions saw what they both described almost as like the frog man, kind of like hunched over, walking across the hallway from one room to another. I didn't get to witness that, but that is still pretty cool. There is also a bobcat that lives on the property. So where this is located, there's like a really small town somewhat near the location, and then it's just surrounded by forest. So we are essentially just in the middle of nowhere, out in nature, in these abandoned buildings with crumbling doors and windows and a bobcat, along with your normal bats and raccoons and everything like that. It was really cool to get to go into this location and connect with these spirits. You'll find shortly here with the evidence that there is a entity who is not the most friendly. He is somebody who was mentally unstable in life, and he is still a little unstable here in spirit, and he really kind of enjoys frightening people. That's the sense that I got. Another sense that I got was most of the spirits here are very curious. They're very curious. A lot of them are very hesitant, and they're kind of holding back and watching what people are doing. You know, people have gone into these buildings and cleaned them out, and kind of got them ready for people to be able to go into the building. And so they're really just kind of like, what is going on here? Why are these people coming in here? Why are they asking us questions? There's a few spirits who are really ready to talk and communicate and want that connection. And there's also a lot of residual energy here as well. So this, as far as hauntings go, kind of covers the whole gamut. And if there is this sort of frogman creature there might even be sort of a cryptid here. Who knows? This is such untouched territory here, and it's pretty amazing. There are 3 buildings that you can investigate, at least as of now. There is the commercial building, like I said, where you can rent a room to sleep. It has electricity and bathrooms. And then there is the administration building. That is the older of the 3 buildings. And then there is the nursing home, and finally the hospital, which at one point was a tuberculosis hospital, and then they put people with some mental health issues there as well. All 3 of these buildings are connected by long hallways. So you can get from the admin building to the nursing home through a long hallway, and then from the nursing home to the hospital via a cafeteria. All right, enough talking. Let's get into the evidence, because I know that's what you're here for, and there is a ton. So I actually arrived a little bit late to the location after ACG had already been there, and they were doing some photos for group photos for their team. So they were changing clothes and kind of getting ready for investigating. And while they were doing that, I took it upon myself to walk the floors of the hospital. I actually did a live over on Instagram, so you can check out that video if you'd like to see it, just to get a feel of it. There were a couple floors that I definitely was feeling a little bit more. And then I got to the 5th floor. And at the time, I didn't know what this floor was used for. I then found out that it was used to house the male patients who were definitely unruly, violent, kind of had a little bit more issues than the other residents in the hospital. But I got to that 5th floor, and even during the daytime, I was like, this is not comfortable. Something is very heavy here. Which was kind of a little forecast into the evening, which you will see. Then made my way to the nursing home as I was making my way to the admin building to meet back up with ACG. While in the nursing home, I stopped at the nurse's station and I got a feeling that there was a female there with me. And so I took out my K2 meter, and you'll see that here in just a moment. I was attempting to communicate with her, and like Nat from ACG pointed out later in the evening, it's almost like they don't know how to use this equipment yet that all these investigators are bringing in. They're learning how to use this equipment and communicate. And that's kind of the sense that I got during this K2 session. I got a couple of kind of what seemed to be intelligent responses via the K2. But then it was also intuitively, it just felt like the spirit didn't quite know how to communicate this way. I definitely checked for any other electrical anomalies. My phone was on airplane mode, all that good stuff. These buildings have no electricity, so there was no way for it to be anything other than potentially a spirit. So here is that video. We can communicate this way with yes or no questions. So if you get close to it and you light it up, just like that, that can be our answer for yes. Do you understand? Can you light it up again for yes, please? Do you not want to talk to me anymore? Okay, I worded that weird. Would you like to talk with me? Do you want me to leave this space for right now and leave you alone for right now? Do you want me to stay here? Yes. Okay. Here, I'm going to set this right here. After wandering by myself, I met up with the team over in the admin building. We did a little bit of investigating in the admin building, but none of us were really feeling anything there. We all kind of agreed that we felt stuff in the nursing home and in the hospital. We got a couple hits on the spirit box on the portal, so we brought it outside and got this little response. What'd it say?
I don't know. It was the same dude. I feel like there's a guy that followed us out here.
Great.
Great.
So responses like that, just kind of like one word answers to questions or to whatever we were talking about, was pretty common that evening throughout the whole night, no matter what building we were in. We then, as a group, went into the nursing home at the nurse's station, and we just kind of laid out all the equipment just to kind of see what would happen, getting a feel of the place, of investigating. And again, we got a couple responses on the spirit box. Here. Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Hello. What was that?
Where are you in this hallway? in our family.
I heard in the bedroom. In our bedroom. What number room are you?
This was also the time that some of ACG members saw the frogman. We were also hearing disembodied voices. We were hearing footsteps. We would see kind of like things out of the corner of our eye. So that area was definitely active. We decided to head back to the commercial building because this whole time a storm was brewing and it was going to rain. And so we decided, let's go back to the commercial building, let the storm pass over. We'll get some energy drinks in us, get some snacks, and we'll be good to go. After the storm, we went back to the nurses' station as a group, and in some of these videos, you will hear rain dropping. These buildings are, they were abandoned, so they're not in the most pristine condition. There are some holes in the ceilings and stuff, so you will definitely hear water dripping. But the thing is, you may say, oh, well, you were probably just hearing water dripping or just sounds of the building, and that's all the disembodied voices you were hearing. We were hearing disembodied voices before it started raining. And when you're in this building, yeah, you could probably let your fear get away with you and make yourself think you're hearing all kinds of stuff. But we were hearing most definitely voices and footsteps over the sound of any raindrops, which you'll hear in the videos that I'm going to share with you. For these videos, you might want to put some headphones on. Just in case. I can hear most of them just from the speaker from my phone, but you might want to put some headphones on just for the full experience. First video, we hear a woman whimper.
It's water dripping.
That was like so loud. I felt it. Like,
Yeah. That's what
I
happened
felt
to me
its
too.
like hot
It was
breath
like
in my
between me and
ear.
Rob.
Well, it's a good thing you and Bobby are going to be here by yourself for a couple minutes.
That's awesome. Was that you? Was that you? Was that you? In the attic? Oh yeah. Baby, here.
This is a video that you might want to put headphones on for this one because from my perspective, it is a pretty quiet sound, but we hear a whistle. I didn't hear it at the time. As we were all kind of huddled together at the nurses' station, I didn't hear the whistle, but some of the others did. You might hear it as well.
Did you hear a whistle? Yeah,
I think so.
I heard that.
We hear from down there.
I'm like hearing shit from every
It's
direction.
outside.
No, I heard a.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
As we were getting ready to go to a different section, you will hear a male whisper. Let me know what you think it says. I'll tell you what I think here in a moment.
But hold on, we're gonna do an EVP session real quick, so everybody has to stop like walking, talking.
No move.
Bobby,
Just
don't
sit.
move.
Get somewhere and say.
Let me.
Don't move.
Get somewhere and say.
Let me.
Don't move.
Get somewhere and say.
Let me.
Don't move.
Get somewhere and say.
Let me.
What was
Whoa,
that?
whoa, 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 whoa! You heard that, right?
Yes.
I heard
That was loud.
I have like full body chills.
very loud.
Chills.
Very loud.
Chills.
Very loud.
Chills.
Very loud. Was it like a breath?
It was like,
It was like, yeah, I heard that.
Okay,
yeah, are you recording?
Everybody stay quiet.
So to me, it sounds like something like they're gonna screw with you or screw you, something like that. There's definitely the word screw in there, which, you know, either way, like screw you, that's not very nice, or they're gonna screw with you, like that's not cool either. This next moment scared me so much, like startled me. I got goosebumps everywhere as if, because I heard that last whisper of, I couldn't tell at the time what it said, but I totally heard it. It was so loud in the moment. And I'm like, what the heck? It was none of us talking. The same with this laugh. This is going to go down in the books as one of the creepiest moments of my investigation career. Check this out.
That's fine.
Okay.
Can you hold this real quick for me?
Okay, are we walking you guys down there?
Yes. You're gonna walk us to the hospital. Bobby and Mike, you guys are staying here by your. What the hell, mate? The hell, mate? The hell, mate? The hell, mate?
We'll be back.
Shut up. Did you hear that guy?
Did you hear laughing?
Yes,
That
it
was
was a
back
man.
here.
It was like, it was like.
How creepy is that, right? Still freaks me out. This next video, you will hear what kind of sounds like a man moaning, like maybe, you know, like when you hear a patient, or I don't know if you've ever been to a nursing home, but sometimes you'll hear the patients just kind of like moaning or groaning, and that's kind of what this sounds like here.
It's not even that. It's not that. It's like
It's like touch of it. It's like touch of it. It's like touch of it.
It's not even the spirit box. It was the spirit box. Wait, I thought I heard something.
What the hell?
We decided to leave the nursing station, the nursing home, and make our way to the hospital. So we had to cross through the cafeteria to do that. As we're in the cafeteria, we all kind of stop because we're hearing a female voice. We're hearing a female voice. It sounds like there might even be a couple voices. We heard some bangs, and we all stopped to listen to it.
I'm just taking.
Okay. Wait. Did you hear a woman?
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I heard something.
I just when I heard a woman. It was like back by you guys.
Say it again.
That could have been me. I was rearranging.
No.
There's a woman talking.
Don't whisper, just speak out loud.
Yeah, just
Sorry.
I
heard that.
Okay, we're hearing women or a woman talking.
That way.
I'm wondering if there's somebody here with us.
Homeless.
Not homeless, just somebody breaking on the property. So everyone has to stay like quiet for a minute, and we gotta figure out what this is, because I don't want to leave you guys like with.
I heard it.
There's someone else with us.
Who's here?
I heard people laughing. Okay, we gotta go confront them because like. No, we should just.
Yeah, do we have what's his name's number? The owner's number? We legitimately thought that humans had like broken onto the property. So at that point, we all left the building. We got in our cars that were outside. We drove around the property to see if we saw any other cars or anybody running from buildings. We didn't see anybody. We went back to the buildings, totally scoped out from top to bottom the buildings. We didn't see anybody, and Nat, God love her, they had so many cameras recording, which is amazing. And poor thing, at the time of this recording, she is still not done going through all of her footage. But yeah, so I want to thank Nat for sharing some of these videos with me, these video clips. And please go give them a follow. Nat went and checked. We had they had security cameras up, and they also just had some stationary cameras. And she went and checked, and she didn't see anybody that was not us on the footage. So pretty safe to say that it was not actual humans. So we go up to the 5th floor, and Natalie goes to set down a camera, and she says something like, you know, you can speak into this device and we'll hear you. Next thing I know, she jumps up. She's like, nope, nope, nope. She has tears in her eyes. She is visibly shaken. She said she heard a male in her ear and just a really raspy, nasty voice saying, no. This dude is not a nice dude on this 5th floor. We then decide to do an Estes session. Not a ton was coming through the Estes session, but you'll see in this video, I did feel some cold air and I smelled tobacco smoke. And yes, there are windows that are open in this building, but the night that we were there, it was so hot, so humid. Even if there was breeze coming through the windows, it was hot and humid breeze. So there was no reason to feel this cold air moving between us.
Can you see us?
This is me. I felt like cold right here, and then I got kind of like a whiff of
I did too.
like tobacco smoke or something?
Yeah, I got it on my right arm.
I got it on my left.
It's like in the middle of the three of us. Are you with us?
I just felt stopped at one point, and then I put my headphones back on. So loud, I heard a male voice say, "You know what?" And it startled me, which you'll see in the video. And then I hear a little kid. Well, I'll just play it for you. You know what? Really loud. You know what?
What? Can you please tell me what?
A little kid just said play.
Are you a little kid? How old are you? Did you guys just hear a little kid? I don't think that was through her. It sounded like that room across from you, Frankie.
So that little kid voice that you hear Nat react to when she says, "Did you guys just hear a little kid?" I didn't hear that voice in the headphones. So that most certainly was a disembodied voice on that floor with us. And listening back, it almost sounds, Nat asks how old you are. And listening back to the recording, it sounds like a little kid that maybe says 5. And I really wish that we had heard it at the time. Because I would have engaged more with the child. Knowing this now, when we go back in November, I'm definitely going to try to connect to this little kid again to just let them know that, you know, I'm here. We want to talk to you. You know, we heard you the last time. We decided, we all kind of calmed down a little bit. We were like, okay, it wasn't the bobcat, it wasn't humans. I think we'll be okay to kind of split up a little bit. So us women, we stayed on the 4th floor, and the men went down back to the nurses' station. I think, or they were in the cafeteria. And we're sitting there on the 4th floor, and we did a couple Estes sessions. We were asking some questions, and then we start hearing voices, people talking. We hear footsteps coming up the stairs. It wasn't the guys. We knew it wasn't the guys. We, again, were like, it is people that are here. I grabbed my pocket knife, open it up. Like, I wasn't playing. I'm like, this is not okay. Nat calls the guys on the walkie-talkie. She's like, you guys need to get up here right now. So the guys come up, and they were coming up the stairs in the same place that we were hearing the talking and the steps. So if it was people, they literally would have like ran into each other. And there was nobody there. I mean, that right there, if only that happened on an investigation, I'd be like, heck yeah, that was amazing. But this kind of stuff happened all the time. And when we would be walking up the different floors, it was almost like we'd hear footsteps and talking like right ahead of us or right above us. And it was almost like, I don't know if that was maybe more residual, or maybe like some of the spirits were kind of like, let's get away from these people, is almost what it felt like. So at this point, it was getting kind of late. We decide, let's go back to the commercial building. So we are walking down to leave the hospital building. And in this video, you will see Nat. She kind of walks to the front of the group, and she'll say, whoa, because she hears footsteps. We didn't know it at the time, but then she shared with us, she stopped and said, whoa, because she heard footsteps approaching her. And then you'll hear this bang.
Just carry the spirit box.
Did you just bump yours?
No.
I don't know what that noise was.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah.
You can just turn it off. You know how to work the plugs. Okay.
What was that?
Something just fell off the shelf right there.
It was so loud. At the time, we didn't know what the heck it was. There was a closet at the end of the hallway, and there was a wet sweatshirt on the floor in front of it. And we thought maybe the sweatshirt fell off of the shelf in the closet and hit the floor, and that's what the sound was. It wasn't until Nat went back and looked at her footage where she found, it's amazing. Please go to her social media, the ACG Paranormal, TikTok and Instagram, because she posted the footage of this, and it's amazing. What it is the paint on the wall literally lifts up the wall, comes out, and falls. And that's what we were hearing. And you may think, okay, it's a rickety old building, paint falls and it's peeling, it's, you know, it falls. But here's the thing, here's the wall, here's the paint chip. The paint chip was stuck to the wall here, and it was loose right here. In the video, you see it literally come up, out, and then fall. I'm sorry, but paint falling on its own is just gonna be like plop, whatever. Not lift up, pull, and it almost like hovered for half a second and then falls. Amazing footage. Please go to their social media to check it out. Oh my gosh. I just love it. As if this isn't enough, we're then walking down the hall again. I think we were on a different floor at this point, and we're walking, and I hear, this was another one of those moments that just like stopped me in my tracks. I froze. I hear an audible growl, so loud. Nat, I think, heard it as well. You'll see in the video. Here, watch this.
One person like talking and asking questions, and that it's like a.
What was that? What the was that?
Did you hear that? Loud. What? Did you?
That was like a growl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We think 100% this is, we call him the angry guy, the angry man from the 5th floor. We caught this on multiple devices, and Nat, reviewing her evidence, even heard a growl, an EVP of a growl that sounds super similar at a different point in the night. So again, go to her social media and you can hear that audio. Some of the team wanted to stay at the commercial building and went to bed. Myself and Nat and who else? Kat, Bobby, and Elle, we decided to go back to the 5th floor just to close out the night. We get back to the 5th floor and we're just sitting there. We're hearing all kinds of bumps and little voices and things again. Here's a video.
People are constantly having conversations. Well, they're probably trying to figure out what to do about us.
Yeah.
And I wonder too if like some of it is just residual. I think there's definitely people like aware here as well, but I feel like there's also maybe some just residual.
Yeah.
That was happening the whole time that we were up there. In this next video, you'll hear a faint woman's voice, and you'll actually see me turn with my camera because I heard the voice to the right of me, and then there's also like a bang or like a thud after you hear this voice. We decided to make a pit stop on the 4th floor before we closed out for the night. So we were all sitting in the 4th floor. In this video, you'll see me, I'm filming, and I kind of pan down to look at something on my leg, and you'll hear me go, huh. And then a few moments later, you'll hear a woman go, Was not me, was not either of the other women that I was with at the time. We didn't even hear it at the time, but here you go.
Let breathe.
At that point, we went back to the commercial building, went to sleep. Next morning, we woke up and the women and I went back to the hospital building and we did a spirit box session, got more responses. I went live on Instagram, so you can find that over there. and we got some intelligent responses. I also decided to pull some tarot cards to connect with the spirits there even more. And what I got between just my intuitive messaging and the tarot cards was that it's almost like literally night and day, the energy here. The mean guy, I don't know if he goes to sleep or what he does, but he seems to be less active during the day. And so during the day, these other spirits, they're more free to talk and communicate and kind of do what they want. At nighttime, that's the time for this mean guy. And he controls everything, and he does not like to let these other spirits talk. So if you do go investigate here, definitely don't give up at night. Go back in the morning before you leave and investigate during the day. But I got the message that these spirits don't want to be forgotten. They want to be remembered. They want to feel like they are cared about. They want to feel like they're loved. And that just, these spirits really got to me in an emotional way. And I really hope that when people go and investigate here, that they don't go in with this big macho attitude, and they don't pester the spirits, and they're not angry and aggressive at them and demand interaction, and they don't bully them. I think that will really kind of be detrimental to the activity at this location. I think that will just make the spirits retreat. And we have to remember as well, these were living people, and from what I experienced here, they still have feelings, they have emotions, and I just, you know, it's sad. This place sat abandoned for so long, and now people are finally going in, and this is a chance for these spirits to have interaction. This is a chance for them to share their stories and to feel remembered and to be remembered. And so I really hope that people take that into account and really kind of treat these spirits like the people that they were. Even the angry man, you know, he was a living person. He had mental health issues. We need to remember that when we go to these places. You know, these were people, they had issues, they had problems, they wanted help, they were looking for help, and we need to remember that. And so even like the angry man, it's okay to set your boundaries, but don't be a jerk to him. And last little bit of evidence I'm going to share with you. At this point, I left the team. I said my farewells and thank yous for inviting me, and I made my way out to my car. I was filming a little bit as I was walking through the nursing home, and I caught this little, I'm not sure quite what it says, but it sounds like a male EVP. That was my time at Indiana State Sanatorium. If you have been here, please share your experiences with me. I am so excited to hear what other people experienced, if it was similar or different to what we experienced. And keep your eye out here as well, because we are going back in November, and I guarantee you we will have just as much evidence. And I can't wait to go back and really be able to kind of connect more personally with some of these spirits. So thanks for watching, and bye.